Okay, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everyone. In RefineM's July lunch and learn, and let me start sharing my uh, deck with you. Where is share? Here it is. Okay. So can everybody see my slide? I believe everybody should be able to see the slide.
Yes, NK.
Very good. Very good.
Yes, I'm.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Thank you. So we are going to talk today about making your dream come true, steps to get your dream job. And I want to give you a little bit of background about this. So I have been coaching, mentoring project manager, agile, scrum masters, and other professional in the project management, agile um, domain for quite some time. And it was like, kind of a somebody approached me, what should I do? This is where I am, and this is what I want to do, and how do I get there? Things like that. So I have been doing that for maybe 15 years or so, but in last couple of years it has become a little more structured. So I and that happened when somebody approached me about maybe 4 years ago or so, and she was working as a project manager in a small non-profit organization, and she wanted to go and work in bigger companies and handle bigger, larger projects. And so I started working with her, and it took probably about 3 months for her to get a job at PwC, and then when she landed her job and started her job, and she immediately approached me that I have not done this kind of work, and it's scary. I don't know if I will be able to do this kind of work. So we went through the coaching, and I think there were about 5-6 months of coaching, and she was all set very well. Today she's in a very senior position in Citibank. So that's wonderful to see. And then I have another one who I mentored, and then I have been mentoring folks as and when they approach me. About 2 or 3 months ago, um, PMI NC chapter, North Carolina chapter, came up and said, I said, I was talking to them and said, if you want me to have a kind of a group coaching, a group career coaching, I'll be very happy to do for the chapter. So we started that, and it is going really very, very well. We had 12 people who joined the group, and I think 4 or 5 already got jobs, and some of them are working through that process. So it got really structured in last few couple of years, and I thought many of us switch jobs, or because of any other reason look for the jobs, and sometimes even if we're not looking for the job that we are in is not our what we call as dream job, right? It's not a dream job. So how do we get that? How do we so I thought, let me create a webinar around it, and it will be like more like a conversation rather than a presentation. So I thought, let's do it. And so if you are from a chapter, I know Jill, you are from a chapter. So if you want to do this kind of thing for your chapter and want to offer this to your chapter group career coaching, I will be very happy to do that for your chapter. Okay, and there for the NC chapter there is no fee for that. I don't charge any fee for that. So for chapters, I won't be charging fee, because that's a volunteer organization and I know about it. So it's like I am being volunteer there. doing this. So if you are interested, if you are part of a chapter, if you are interested doing it for your chapter, connect with me and we can discuss how to do this. Or if you are a part of any other non-profit agile community or something like that, where people may be interested in this kind of a group coaching, let me know. So I'll be very happy. I'll be very happy to do that. Okay, all right. So let's move forward. Uh, so we already did introductions, and we'll get to expectations very soon. Um, and some of you who are new, this is the webinar we do every first Wednesday of the month. It is designed to help you learn while you eat lunch, because lunch and learn the time of the lunch. But nowadays the lunch is redefined, right? All of us are working remote, and we take our lunch whenever we get time, right? That's how it is with me. So it's not like a 12 to 1 or 11:30 to 12:30 or whatever. Whenever we get time, we eat lunch. Okay. Um, so let's go to Menti and see what are your expectations from this webinar. I wanted to give you some background, so I provided that background. So let's go to Menti, and if you go to menti.com, here is the code uh, on the top over here. If you enter that code, I'll give you a minute so you can log in from your um, phone or your computers or your tablet or whatever. Um, so let's get the dialogue started from your side. What are your expectations from today's webinar, or why you are here today? So remember, go to menti.com and enter the code. And you should be, yeah, strategy to transition my career focus. Very good. Very good. How do I do that? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the first part of it. So definitely. Yeah. Okay. Learn the techniques to land a job. Yeah, very good. That's what we are going to talk about. Um, Anybody else? Anyone else? Learn the techniques to land job. Are you able to get into Menti? I want to make sure you are able to get into Menti. Yeah. Share my experience and nuances. Yes. There are a lot of those. There are a lot of those. Anybody else? Okay. Let's move on. And if you remember something, just put it on this. It will be there. Uh, so I will skip this because most of you have attended my webinars. My agile coaching continues. I finished my coaching with IBM, and now I'm doing for charter communication. Keep working on project management trainings, PMP exam prep with a new course from PMI is the new thing. I've done trainings for different chapters. And then there are products that I have developed over a period of time, and you can see more of them a little bit here. So what's new at RefineM? So upcoming webinars, okay, and trainings. On trainings, 25% off. Webinar is free. Uh, so we are going to do a design thinking preview on August 4. Um, and then our PMP exam prep over 8 consecutive Saturdays starts on August 14. We have another with PMI chapter coming up starting on 20th July, I believe. That's for all the PMI Memphis chapters member and other chapter members too. And then we are going to do a day-long course on design thinking fundamentals. So these are coming up, and we are running a discount until 15 July. So 25% off, and then 50% off on the products. So there are several products here that I have developed over last 8 to 10 years. and now I offer them as a subscription based project or one time purchase kind of product. So if you are interested in any of these, the basics of agile, basics of PM project management, how do you do business requirements, how do you do backlog grooming, so those are the self-paced online trainings. And then here are the products that I was talking about. Essential gear for project manager is a toolkit, test simulator. How do you know how agile your teams are? So we have agility assessment. And then, of course, for all of you who need PDUs, so there is a PDU bundle. All right. So I was talking about that we have been approved as a PMI authorized training provider to do PMP exam prep. And also we will be very soon offering DA classes, disciplined agile classes, starting very, very soon. So there's a lot going on that front. We also are welcoming affiliates. If anybody wants to work as an affiliate, an organization, or an individual, you are more than welcome to join our affiliate program and earn some money for yourself and some discount for the people who you are going to refer. Okay, Kanbanize, another tool association. We got partnership with Kanbanize. It is a state-of-art tool for doing lot of things. A lot of things. You can do multiple timeline, workflows, process automation, analytics. Lot of things that you can use this tool for, and you can do project management, program management. Uh, Process automation, yeah, that's what I talked about. So there's a lot that you can do with this tool, the state of art Kanban tool, recommended by Kanban University. So if you want to try it out, there is a link here that you can use. It's a 30-day free trial, and after that, if you like it, I can give you another 90-day trial. So you try it for 4 to 3 months and see how does it help you with your process or your project. So let's get into the dream job kind of a thing. So, what is your dream job? Let's go back to Menti, uh, to become uh, to become an out and out PM. What is out and out PM? I don't know that. Uh, but let's go to that. What is your dream job? Anyone? What is your dream job? Same Menti. You don't have to log in again if you already logged in. So, what is your dream job? Anyone? Okay. Oh, yeah. Something that is fulfilled. Okay. You have to be a little bit more specific. IT project manager gives flexibility. Global business strategist. Wow. Pays reasonably well. Wow. Very good. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. That's good. That's a good uh, something that is fulfilling. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I see that. Something that is fulfilling. Uh, yeah. Yeah. Fulfilling. Yeah. Something that is fulfilling. Yes. Yes. Provide growth opportunities. Yeah. And for me, my dream job is something that is not a job. So that is something that is passion, that is my passion. So my passion is my job. So I don't feel like it is a job. I enjoy every moment of it, right? And I don't want to say, okay, I want to retire from this job. So the job that I am doing right now is my passion, and I'm not going to retire from this. No, I will keep doing it all my life. Um, so to me, my dream job, I have achieved my dream job. It's is what is my passion. My passion is about is project management is my passion. Okay, all right. Let's keep moving. So let's go back. Um, so now next one. So now you know your dream job. So what are the challenges to get that job? What kind of challenges you face or you see? What kind of blockers or problems or challenges to get your dream job? What's holding? What is there in the way? What is there in the way? Education, experience. Okay, understand. Anything else? What is in the way? Skills. Okay, very good. Very good. Anybody else? Right opportunities, right connections, education, opportunities, connections. Yeah, okay. What else? Right connections. Yeah, very important. Right connections, network. Yes. Anything else? Exposure. Okay. Exposure. In the center, I see right opportunities. Needs versus passion. Yeah, I think that is true as well. Yeah, yeah, that is true. That is true as well. Not the PM title. Okay, okay. Yeah, I see some of that happening in that you are doing the job of a PM, but your title is not PM. Yeah, I have seen that. Okay, all right. Let's keep rolling. So, uh, so you have your dream job, like you have something in mind. Now I'm going to talk about the process part, that how to get it. Okay, so the very first step is set career goal. What is that dream job? Right, set career goal, a long term goal and a short term goal. Right, all of you are project managers or associated with project management. You know about that. Long term means maybe 10, 15, 20 years kind of a thing, and short term means just immediate, next few months, and that short term should be in line with the long term. Okay, so, and the next steps for the short term goal could be, what are the next steps? And next step could be, I have given some of the examples over here. Right, get a job. That may be just the next step. Maybe you are in between jobs and you're looking for a job, so that's the next step. Get a job. Whatever job is suitable for you, get that job. Need versus passion, somebody talked about that. So the need is to get a job. you know. The other could be like, I have been in working in non-agile environment, I want to move to agile. That's my next step. Or move to program or portfolio management. I have done enough of project management, or I have done program and portfolio, now looking for a PMO director or a similar role. Or I want to move to other industry, right? I have been in IT and I want to move to healthcare, right? Or any other thing. Uh, get a job in my dream company. Okay, I have been working in different companies, but IBM is my dream company. I want to work for IBM. I want to work for Google. I want to work for Amazon. My dream company, to have a project manager or a scrum master or a portfolio manager in my dream company. So that could be my next step. Okay, go. Or I want to become an entrepreneur. I want to start my own company, and that was my thing about 10 years ago, when I started my company. That I thought through what I really want to do. I was working as a vice president in a custom software development company, and that was great. but that was not my dream. So I wanted to, you know, start my own company and become an entrepreneur and do whatever I wanted to do. So that was for me. For if any one of you want to become that, then maybe the next step is to think about how to become an entrepreneur, right? So there could be several. These are some of the examples, but you can have one for yourself. You know? So what is the next step? So first is that setting this career goal, the long term, short term, and for short term, what's the next step? Or maybe the next step is the short term. Okay, the next step itself is short term. So whatever is your goals. So first is setting goals. Second, and a very important one, very important one, update resume for the next step. So whatever is your next step, you need to update your resume, right? It's very important to update the resume. And what I have seen in my experience, that we all project managers are very good in managing leading projects. We do a good job of leading projects, but we are not good at writing resumes. We are not good at that, most of us. Some of you may be, but most of us are not good in writing the resume. I am right now recruiting for a CI/CD dev lead uh, for uh, for one of my clients, and I'm getting resumes. I have posted it in LinkedIn. I have posted on Indeed and other things. So I'm getting resumes, and almost 90% of resumes are like very difficult to find. You know, has this guy done any CI/CD work? It's very difficult. They have like bullets and bullets and bullets of pages filled up with all bullets. It's like trying to find things. Not a very effective way of writing resumes. So resume is your vehicle to get your short-term goal achieved. Yeah. So that's, even if you want to become an entrepreneur, if you are not developing a product, if you are providing a service like I do, I need to have some project. I need to get some project. I need to have some contract, right? And for that, I need to have a resume. So it's very important, and many times we don't pay attention to this. So if you are really serious about getting your dream job, and the next step job is your dream job, I will say pay attention to this. This is a very critical thing, extremely critical thing. And I will recommend hire a professional resume writer. So like you do projects well, right? Similarly, the resume writers write resumes well. Okay. So when I started my entrepreneurship and I had to have a resume updated, I hired a resume writer, and she did a wonderful job. I could not have done that myself. So I think one of the things about leaders is that they recognize what their limitations are, what they are good at, and what they are not good at. So where they are not good at, either they build that skill or hire somebody to do that part. So I chose to hire a professional resume writer, because if you want to develop that skill, you can develop that skill, but it will take time to develop that skill. So hiring a professional resume writer is very important, right? And someone who can help you bring out clearly what you bring to the table. So there are an important part of resume is, one is that what you have done so far, all your qualification or your skills, all your experiences, and I did that, I did that, I did that. That's all great. But better will be that in the resume, probably towards the first half of the first page. You know, somewhere you should say, okay, this is what you bring to the new company. This is what the new company can expect. This is what you bring to the new company. That's very important. And this is I learned through my own personal experience and helping other project managers doing the career coaching, that this is important. I'm still not a good resume writer. I cannot write resumes. I cannot write my own. But after I had the resume writer, I learned how to write my own resume. And then of course it happened. I got contracts very quickly. And how do you select a good resume writer? What to look for in a good resume writer? So overall experience in resume writing, for how much time he or she has been doing this. So I think somebody who has done for 5 years or more really will be good. Have they written PM resume for your industry? That will be even better. Have they done this? It will be difficult to meet that B goal, but it will be a nice to have kind of a theme. Asked to share resume templates example from her work, his work. What will be the process? How the resume writing process will work? Because most of the resume writers would like to get your current resume and then interview you, that what kind of job you're looking for, what kind of skills, experiences you had, what you bring to the table to the new company. They will interview, and then they will, have a first draft, and then second draft, and then third draft, and will they write the cover letter with that or not, and uh, how your resume will get structured, time and cost. How do you pay? Payment terms, and of course, will they write a cover letter or not? So it's like a small mini project. So you are actually outsourcing. So the project is outsourcing your resume writing. So all the aspects need to be, and you are a project manager, and project managers are phenomenal people. Let me tell you that, because they have lot and lots of skills, right? So that's why I feel that project managers are phenomenal people. So think about this as a small project that you have outsourced to somebody. How do you manage that project so you get the best outcome from that engagement? Okay, all right. And if anybody has any question anytime, please unmute. We are not too many people here. Unmute and ask the question, and we'll have a Q&A at the end too. Okay, all
Yeah, so
right.
NK,
Yes.
I would like to add quick comment on this one, right? I mean, the one of the thing I have experienced in my last 30 plus years experience on my 5 different industry, 4 different countries I've worked in. One of the things really what is the, like you put it in the second bullet point, someone who can help to bring clearly what you bring. Try to be more metrics oriented, right? The scope of the thing. For example, Mercedes-Benz, I supported 32,000 users across 4 different countries, 20 by 7. That speaks for the volume of the work and complexity where you can able to bring that value to the table, the leadership and all the thing, right? They also, even though I'm a pure technology guy, I started my career early 90s as a technology, I moved into business and operations. So try to bring, you are not a scheduler, maintainer, PM perspective. What do you know from a business process standpoint, core business process, whatever the industry you are in? I'm primarily, predominantly 18 years from financial industry. I know core banking, I know the AML process, I know the KYC. So try to bring, highlight the business knowledge you have, domain knowledge you have, the expertise you have, because that is going to really help you. Because the more and more I see that, at least from my perspective, what I've seen that is either people are in the technology oriented or business oriented. There is no one is kind of in between. That is where the sweet spot, which has really helped me to move up into the senior VP level in PNC Bank, which is the fourth largest in the US, with a 410 billion asset, right? So again, it's very important to kind of showcase that the nuances of that, the skill set you are bringing to the table.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Pitch. I think that's very important. And That is how what I meant in the second bullet over here. What you bring to the table. That's very important. And putting some numbers around it, definitely. And a good resume writer will ask for that. He or she will ask for that. What are the numbers here? If that person is not asking for numbers, then you know that that's not an experienced resume writer. All right. Okay. So increase networking. Now that's another thing. In For last 10, 15, 20 years, the value of network has increased significantly. Very important, increase networking. And how do you do that? You know, PMI chapters is a great way to do networking. Is a great way. Join a chapter, and then attend chapter meeting. Not just join and just sit idle at home. Now you can join events at home also. There are virtual events, but join those events. And even better will be if you can volunteer for chapters. That's I volunteered for my local chapter. Actually, I was one of the founder members for the local chapter in Missouri, and I was on the board for 6 years. And I cannot tell you how much I learned during those 6 years. Lot of learning, leadership, communication, lot of things. How do we influence people? How do you organize? How do you plan events? I think that's very, very rich experience you will have. So, and most of us will find a chapter within 20, 30 miles from our homes. There are so many chapters in all areas. If you are a project manager and if you are not part of a chapter, you are missing something. So become a chapter member, attend the events, volunteer for chapter. It will give you tremendous, opportunity for growth as well as networking. So that's one way of increasing networking for project managers. And if you are in agile world, then there are a lot of agile meetup groups. Go join some meetup groups, because those are another places to increase networking. And then the second venue is your LinkedIn for professional networking. If you are not on LinkedIn, I will be surprised. But if you are on LinkedIn and not doing anything, then you are not getting benefit of networking. So update LinkedIn based on your resume, new picture. Like when you are applying for new jobs, you updated your resume, and but at the same time update the LinkedIn profile also, that is synced up with your resume. Because when people get your resume, they look at your LinkedIn profile. I do that when I recruit. I get the resumes, but then I go and look at the LinkedIn profile also. And that's so helpful because you can read some of the recommendations from people and you can get much better idea. So update your LinkedIn profile, increase networking on LinkedIn. And you can do that by multiple ways. You can create posts on LinkedIn, maybe a couple of posts in a week or so. uh, and also, if you don't create posts, you can actually respond to the posts that are there of and something of your interest. You can also identify 3 or 5 groups and create post and respond to the post in that group. Very soon you will start you know getting networking requests for connection, or you can start connecting with people who you have interacted in the past through these posts. So you can start connecting with people, and very soon your network can start growing. So LinkedIn is another way to build your network, and it's a professional networking site. Right? So make use of that. And also build a kind of brand on social media. How people identify you? Do they identify you as a great project professional? Do they identify you as a great agilist? Do they identify you as whatever, right? So build a brand on social media. So it could be Facebook, it could be Twitter, it could be Instagram, or wherever, right? Build some kind of a brand on those social media, and those are the, and you can also join other events now, since we are almost getting over with COVID. Things have started opening, um, and a lot of events are now becoming in person. So I'll be speaking at PMI Eastern Iowa chapter PDD, and they said we are going to have it in person. It's on 10th September. So I was not sure. So I said, no, we'll have it. We'll make a call a month before. And if the things are not good and safe, then we are going to go back to virtual. So things have started opening up. Take advantage of that. Of course, take all the safety precautions, whatever you have to take wherever you are, whatever are the guidelines to stay safe. So stay safe, and but you can start some activities. So networking is a very important aspect, and then start researching jobs and identify gaps. Now, how do you research jobs? There are multiple ways of doing it, you know, or multiple routes you can take. So one route is target companies. I want to work in Amazon, or I want to work in this company. Maybe I want to work in one of these companies. So you have your target companies, right? So you look for jobs in those target companies. You know, so that's one. Other is job portals. There are a lot of job portals. You can start looking for jobs in the job portals. LinkedIn, there are a lot of jobs posted on LinkedIn. That's another route. Or you can take all of this. You don't have to restrict to one. You can have all. Maybe there are others, but I have seen these three routes as the most of the people go for one or multiple of these, right? Um, so so in these companies also, you review requirements, experience, tools required, and identify gaps. So you went to your target company, you look for a job that you're looking for, look for what kind of skill, experience are required, see what you have, right? Where is the gap? Okay, start identifying gap, or start creating what I call, if there are a lot of gaps, then start creating a spreadsheet. Maybe start listing down, these are 3 or 4 or 5 gaps I have. Okay, so uh, if it is only 1 or 2 gaps, then you probably don't need to have a big list of things. But sometimes with the industry, with the technology, with the business area, there are a lot of things that emerge, and you may say, okay, here are the gaps. So it's important to identify those gaps, and then bridge those gaps, right? How do you bridge those gaps? So bridging those gaps means develop a plan to address gaps. Like if there is a skill needed, okay, they are looking for this particular skill, I don't have this. They are looking for somebody who need to have influencing skills, who need to have conflict resolution skills, and whatever. I'm just giving some examples. Experience, you may fall short in experience, then of course you need to get that experience. Any kind of certifications that they may be looking for, right? So you need to get those certifications. Tools, technology, experience. So whatever gaps you find, you not like to address those gaps. And then once you have finished the gap, once you have started addressing the gap, you may prioritize. What are the, if you have 4 gaps, which is highest priority, right? Is experience highest priority, certification highest priority, tools highest priority? What is the highest priority? Put that on the top, and then the next, and the next, and start executing based on that priority. whatever you got. Maybe there are three things there. So prioritize and focus on maybe a couple at a time. One at a time will be great, right? So prioritization is so important. If you have only one gap, I think that's great. Then you don't need prioritization, right? But if you identified more than one thing, one gap, then probably you need to go and prioritize. And then you start applying for jobs. Update resume on job portal, LinkedIn, and other places. Um, Search job on company sites, portals, and LinkedIn, wherever that is. Find referrals. I think that's a very other critical thing. Like getting your resume was one critical thing. This is another very critical thing. So let's say if you have seen a job and that you want to apply for that job, you found it on LinkedIn or company of your choice or whatever, then find find out referrals. And I was talking to someone and they said that how they do it. And what she told me is that, okay, if I want to do a job at Amazon and then there is a position in Amazon that I qualify for, okay, then I will start looking for the people in my network who work at Amazon, right? And I may not have talked to them, but look at the people in my network and maybe, talk to them. Would you be willing to refer me, or would you be a referral for me? And maybe out of two or three people you talk, one of them maybe fine, interested. Yeah, sure, why not? And so in many of the bigger, larger companies, referral route is a very good route, because when somebody internally, sends your application to HR, you just go up in a different queue altogether, and that queue is moving fast, kind of a queue. Whereas the other queue where everybody comes is a pretty longer queue, right? So it's so important to get to the referral. And sometimes people who you have never met, but they were your first connections on LinkedIn, right? You already connected with them. If you write to them that, this is who you are and this is what you found, and you believe that, you I believe that you work in Amazon or whatever company that is. Would you be willing to be my referral and forward my application for this job? Just very plain simple request for help. And 90% chances that people will accept. Sometimes people may not accept, but many people are really good. Sometimes they may say, okay, well, I don't know you, how can I be a referral? But they are your connection, and if they are your first level connection, they probably know you some way or the other. um, and stay connected with your first connections. And the way to do that is to be active, in chapter, to be active in LinkedIn, to be active in social media. So when you are acting, then you are in front of the people. So I think that's what is important to do. So finding referral is another very critical part of finding the job. And follow up as needed. And once you get a call for interview, then you need to prep for the interview. This is another important step in that direction. And the very first thing I will recommend is work on your elevator speech. Most of the time, when you go for interview, there is one question that is always asked, may not be right in the beginning, somewhere in between, most of the time in the beginning. Tell me about yourself, right? Can you briefly tell me about yourself? I ask that question every time I interview folks because I want to listen from them. I have read their resume. I have got an understanding of who they are, but I want to hear from them. So elevator speech, probably 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And in those 2 or 3 minutes, you want to bring out very clearly what you bring to the table with numbers very clearly. So this is your opportunity to bring it up. All the rest thing in your resume, where did you go to school and what did you do in this organization, what did you do in that organization, probably start talking about it with 10, 15 years of experience you might have. It will be a long thing. You have to keep talking for 5, 10 minutes. Nobody has time. So it is very important to prepare for that elevator speech that you can finish in 2 through 3 minutes, and then you are ready for to take questions and set the stage. Okay, set the stage. Uh, yeah, focus on what you bring to the table. That is what I was talking about, and tie up that with the job requirements. So this is what the job requirement. This is what I bring to the table. There is an exact match, and that is what need to go in your elevator speech. Preparing for an interview is another critical part. So you had updating your resume, referrals, prep for interview. That's the third critical piece of getting your dream job. Okay, so tie up to the requirement. Anticipate questions before you go there. What kind of questions they are going to ask? Prepare answers for those anticipated questions. Uh, Participate with mock interviews with your friends or mentors. You may have your friend, your mentor, and say, can you spend 15, 20 minutes with you and interview me for this position? Let's do the mock interview where you can practice your elevator speech. And also you can tell them, I anticipating these questions. Can you ask me this question and see how I answer those questions and what feedback you have for me? So that's a practicing with mock interviews, I think, is another good step. And then at every stage of the process, don't forget to send thank you notes. Don't forget to send thank you note for every response that you get during your job search from wherever you got. This is another another thing that goes long way. Even if somebody doesn't cannot give you job right then, they will remember you. They will remember you. They may become your referral later on. So send thank you note for every response that you get. And then once you get selected, your final thoughts: is this job still right for me? I got this job. Is it still good for me? What are the roles and responsibilities? Are they in line with what I have been thinking? What about the compensation? Is it in line what I was thinking, or what the industry is paying? It is in line with that or not? Am I confident that I'll be able to carry on the job, or will I need a mentor in the beginning? So if you get a job and you feel uncomfortable doing that job, you feel you do not have skills and experience to do that job, how do you build that skill and experience? Get a mentor. Get a mentor, get a coach to help you in the beginning, in a new job, in a new company. Because the person who you get as a mentor or coach might have done this. So I think that is another important thing, is that when you get a new job, and if any time you feel uncomfortable, that, oh, how I'm going to do this, I have never done this, get a mentor, get a coach to help you. Then accept a job if you like the offer. Okay, so those are the 8 steps that are basically start to finish kind of a thing to help you with the dream job. I'll pause here for maybe 20, 30 seconds to see if you have any question about these steps. Does anybody has any questions? You can open your microphone if you want to talk. You should be able to unmute your microphone if you want to talk. Okay, all right. Let's keep moving through. So, so let's go back to the mentee. How quickly you want to achieve your next career milestone? So let's see how close it is for you. How quickly do you want to achieve your next career milestone? Whatever that is. And this slide deck will be available for you to download. How quickly? Is it like 1 month, 2 months, 6 months? 6 months. That's pretty decent. 12 to 24 months, 3 to 6 months, right away. Okay. So somebody who is saying right away or saying 3 months, 3 to 6 months, get started. Yeah, get started. Is there not a lot of time left? For some of you who have more than 6 months, really there's little time, but you can spend that time in building your resume and getting your networking activities in line. So I think those you can get started. But if you are thinking of more than 12 to 24 months kind of a thing, uh, probably writing your resume is a little too early. Maybe you can start the process after 6 months or so. Um, but yeah, I think if you are like 3 months, 6 months kind of a thing, then start it right now. Okay, so that was good. So we have a quiz here. Let's do this quiz very quickly. So if you already joined, that's great. Sorry, let me go to the mentee and do this quiz, and winner will get a 100% discount on one of our products of their choice. So we're waiting for players. There are 5 questions. We should get them quickly. So 5 of you have joined. I know there are 13 people over here. So let's say who else want to join. This is a very interesting thing. If you have not participated earlier, um, so who else wants to join? We are now 4. There was somebody who said, okay, I don't want to join this. So I'll give you maybe 15 seconds. If anybody would like to join, I will encourage everybody to join. Go to menti.com and enter the code. Menti.com and enter the code. Okay, let's get started. We have four of you here. Let's say who is going to win this race. So let's get started. Okay, so you have to answer fast to get more points. Okay. So most of you answered it right. Uh, okay, Jill is leading. That's great. Let's go to the next one. So next question is coming up. Okay, most of you are right. Um, let's say how is Jill is still leading. Oh wow, Jill is not leading now. Let's see who is leading now. Okay, Pitch is leading now. Very good. Let's move to the next one. And you can select multiple here. Okay, and all 3 are right because all 3 can be selected. So let's see who gets the score here. Pitch or Suresh? Suresh. Okay. This is interesting now. Okay, most of you are right. Okay, let's say this is getting close. This is getting close. Okay, Suresh is still leading. This is the last question. Let's see if there is some upset, something upsetting happens. Okay, I think maybe speed or something here, or how many right you have picked. Okay, very close. Let's see. Pitch and Suresh. Oh, Pitch. So Pitch is the winner. Okay, Pitch, congratulations. And
Thank you.
connect with me, see which product you want to subscribe for free. And there are 4 or 5 products I have, and you get one of those free. Okay,
Thank you.
congratulations, good job, Pitch. You
Yeah,
were
thanks.
attentive. All of you were attentive, but some people responded faster. You know, so it is a game of being right and fast, both.
I think I've been attending your for more than a year and a half now, so I know that the mentees. So that really helps because the content is pretty thing. I like you mentioned that fastness is a huge thing.
Correct. Okay, thank you. Okay, so conclusion is don't give up on your career dream. If it seems overwhelming, break into steps, right? Make sure you follow each step. I have described in the 8-step process. Our next lunch and learn is on design thinking. That's coming up on August 4. Don't wait for the last minute, register. We have our next PMP training public course beginning on August 14. You have double discount going on there. You have 25% off because of 4th of July and then early bird. So you have on the full price, you have double discount that you can take. Similarly, you can take a double discount for our design thinking course. It's a 1-day course happening on August 26. There is an early bird price up to August 12, but if you register by July 15, you get another 25% off. So there's a double discount going on all these trainings these days. How do you get 1 PDUs? You will have a part of this in your slide deck, so you can and claim it by end of 2021, because after a month is over, we remove this from PMI website, so you may not be able to find this title. We will have August only on there. So we need to remove the older ones. So claim it by July 2021. Um, any questions? We are a couple of minutes over, and here is our set of the entire trainings that are coming up. But I'm here for another few minutes. If you have any questions related to topic that we discussed today, or if any um, any topic or any question you have related to anything else. Anybody has any questions? I see some people joined towards the end. Maybe there was a problem on the timing or something. I don't know. But some of you joined pretty late in the webinar. I don't know what happened there. Any question anybody has? Okay. All right. Thank you very much for joining today's webinar. I will see you in our next webinar on August 4 on design thinking. Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Anil. Bye. Bye now.
Okay, bye bye.